It entails that we are saying Allah is beyond and transcendent from having partners, from having equals, from having opposites, from having offspring. He is transcendent beyond illusions and limitations and envisionment by being contained in awham, in imaginations. He is beyond need of anything in creation, and He is even beyond the need of anyone to say Subhanallah. Meaning Allah is glorified and beyond imperfection, whether anyone says Subhanallah or not. And that's why some of the Imams, they say that when you say Subhanallah, make your intention imtithalul amr, complying with the divine command to say Subhanallah. Not that you or me as a weak, insignificant creature can declare Allah free of imperfections. That's what He transmits to us and we repeat it. And He says, taqdees also implies saying Allah is beyond all imperfections and all flaws. So what do we do with this name, and how does the understanding of this meaning help us spiritually? How can we take this meaning and think about it as we make dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a way that will hopefully change us? There's a few things. Number one, Allah asks of us to affirm His perfections. And Allah loves those who affirm His perfections and utter His praises. When we say Subhanallah or we mention the name Al-Quddoos, we are affirming that Allah is pure in all of His judgments. Allah is pure in His judgments, whether these judgments are shar'i, legal, halal and haram, or cosmic judgments about what He decides and does in creation. So there's no dhulm, there's no oppression, there's no wrongdoing, there's no mistakes in Allah's actions and what He decides to do. Likewise, we affirm the purity of His justice, and we avoid describing Allah Ta'ala with any attribute of imperfection, any attribute of creation. And lastly, we seek to remove from our hearts any doubts and misgivings or misconceptions by knowing who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is and by cleansing the soul from ulterior motives and bad habits and the like. So this name Al-Quddoos is one of the names of Tanzih, one of the names that points to Allah's transcendence beyond imperfections. The next name, what's the next name? As-Salam, it is very similar in meaning. So much of what we've said tonight about the name Al-Quddoos is also said about the name As-Salam. However, there's additional meanings in the next name As-Salam that we'll cover when we get to it, inshaAllah ta'ala. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.